Hey everyone, welcome to Science Scope. We're all about diving into the biggest, wildest ideas in the universe. And today, oh man, today we've got one that's so mind-bending it might actually change how you see, well, everything.
I want you to think about this for a second. What if your life isn't unfolding moment by moment? What if the whole story is already finished and our entire concept of time is just wrong? It leads to this absolutely massive question. Is your future already written?
So get this, according to some of the most profound theories in physics, the answer could be yes. The idea is that your entire life, I mean everything from the day you were born to your very last moment, it's all like a movie that's already been recorded onto a DVD. And that feeling of time passing, that's just you watching your life's movie one single frame at a time. And there's no remote. You can't fast forward, you can't rewind. You're just along for the ride.
Okay, so where in the world does an idea this crazy come from? Well, it actually has its roots in the work of Albert Einstein himself. It's a concept called the block universe.
So, in the block universe theory, the past, the present, and the future, they're not a sequence. It's not like one happens, then the next. Instead, picture this. They all exist, right now, simultaneously, all together in this one single, massive, four-dimensional structure that physicists call space-time.
Here's a great way to think about it. Imagine the entire timeline of the universe is a loaf of bread. Every single moment, every single now that has ever happened or will ever happen is just one slice of that loaf. So the moment you're living right now, that's a slice. The time of the dinosaurs, that's another slice, way back in the loaf. And the future? Yep, those are slices too, further down the line. But here's the kicker. The entire loaf, from the very first slice to the very last, exists right now, all at once.
And you know, the MIT physicist Max Tegmark said it perfectly. He said, in this block universe, nothing happens. He means that change, movement, all of it, it's just an illusion. It's just our consciousness experiencing one slice of that loaf after another. The movie's done. We're just the audience, watching it play out.
All right, I know what you're thinking. Hold on a minute. If the whole movie's already finished, then why does time feel so real? Why does it feel like it's always moving forward, never backward? This is a huge question in physics, and it's called the arrow of time.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Why can't we remember what's going to happen tomorrow? And here's a classic one. Why can you scramble an egg, but you can never ever unscramble it? The answer, it seems, has to do with one of the most fundamental laws of the entire universe.
That law is called entropy. And really all entropy is a fancy word for messiness or disorder. So a whole egg, that's super neat and ordered. That's what we call low entropy. But then you scramble it and it becomes a chaotic, disordered mess, right? That's high entropy. Well, the universe seems to have this unbreakable one-way rule. Things always get messier. They go from order to disorder. So that forward feeling of time we all experience, it might just be us witnessing the universe getting progressively messier.
And it gets even crazier. Our sense of having a past is physically tied to this. Get this. When your brain makes a memory, it's storing new information. And it turns out, in physics, the very act of creating information increases the total messiness, the entropy of the universe. So our consciousness, the very act of remembering, can only happen in a direction where things are getting more disordered. It can only happen in a universe where it looks like time is flowing forward.
But just when you think you've got it figured out, bam! Plot twist. Because not every physicist is on board with the block universe idea. Not even close. This is actually one of the biggest, most heated debates happening in physics right now.
You've probably seen this famous quote from Einstein floating around. It's the one that seems to just settle the whole argument, right? The one that says the distinction between past, present, and future is just an illusion.
But here's the thing. Context is everything. See, Einstein wrote that in a private letter. It was a letter of condolence to the family of his best friend, who had just died. He was trying to comfort them. So that leaves us with a huge question. Was he stating a cold, hard scientific fact? Or was he just being a kind, poetic human trying to console a grieving family?
And that uncertainty, that little bit of doubt, throws the door wide open for other theories. The main rival to the block universe is an idea called presentism. And honestly, this is probably how most of us feel about time intuitively. Presentism says that only the present moment, right now, is real. The past, it's gone. The future, it doesn't exist yet. It's a totally blank page, and we're writing it as we go.
Oh, and it doesn't stop there, not by a long shot.
There's a whole zoo of other wild ideas out there. You've got the growing block model, which is kind of in between. It says the past is real, but the future is still up for grabs. Then you have Julian Barber's mind-blowing idea that time doesn't exist at all, just a huge collection of individual frozen moments he calls nows. And then, on the complete other end of the spectrum, you've got physicists like Lee Smolin who argue that time is the most fundamental, the most real thing there is.
So why is this so hard? Why can't the smartest people on the planet just give us a straight answer? Well, the problem, the ultimate mystery of time, is that our two best theories of the universe, they have a fundamental disagreement about what time even is.
Okay, so in one corner, you've got Einstein's general relativity. This is our theory for big stuff, like planets and galaxies. And in that theory, time is weird and flexible. It's stretchy, it's relative, it's woven into the very fabric of space. But in the other corner, you have quantum mechanics, our theory for the super tiny stuff, like atoms and particles. And in that world, time is rigid, it's absolute. It's like a universal clock that just ticks away, the same for everything. The problem, they can't both be right. And until we figure out how to get these two theories to play nice, the mystery of time is going to stick around.
And when you dig down to the deepest, most fundamental level, it gets even weirder. When physicists try to combine these two ideas into a single theory of everything, a quantum gravity, they come up with this thing called the Wheeler-DeWitt equation. And when you apply that equation to the whole universe, something absolutely shocking happens. The T for time, it literally just disappears from the math. It vanishes. What's left is an equation that describes a completely static, frozen universe where, mathematically, nothing ever happens.
And that brings us right back to where we started with that incredibly personal question. We're left with one of the biggest paradoxes in all of science. If the future really does already exist, laid out like a map just like the past is, then is your story already written? Is every single choice you think you're making really a choice at all? Or are you just turning the page in a book that was finished a long, long time ago?
That is a question that physics, for now, can't answer. But I'm curious, what do you think? For more explainers that are going to make you question, well, pretty much everything about reality, make sure you subscribe to Science Peep.